The first is Napoleon Bonaparte. By the use of arms, he was able to conquer all of Europe, and he established, as national leaders, his own brothers to diminish the risk of treason. It is widely accepted that Napoleon was a genius and, indeed, a competent organizer and legislator since, 200 years later, many of his laws still exist in France. But what has become of his empire, Michel? It quickly disintegrated because it had been established through the use of arms. Hitler, similarly, sought to conquer Europe by force, and you know what happened there. Violence does not pay, and never will. The solution lies, rather, in love and the cultivation of minds. Have you ever noticed that, all round the world, and particularly in Europe, you had many more great writers, musicians and philosophers emerging in the 19th and early 20th centuries? Yes, I believe it is so. Do you know why? No. Because, along with the advent of electricity, the internal combustion engine, the automobile, the aeroplane and such like, the people of Earth neglected the cultivation of their spirituality and focused on the material world. Now, as the great Thiaoouba explained, materialism poses one of the greatest threats to your present life and your future lives. After politicians, you have the problem of journalists and reporters. There are some among them, although unfortunately rare, who try to do their job of disseminating information honestly and sincerely, attending carefully to their sources, but we are greatly alarmed that most of them seek only sensationalism. Your television stations too screen more and more scenes of violence. If those responsible were obliged to study psychology before being able to undertake such grave responsibilities, a step in the right direction would have been taken. Your reporters seem to seek and even prey on scenes of violence, murder, tragedy and disaster. We are sickened by their behavior. The leaders of a country, the journalists, in fact anyone who, by their position, is able to exert influence on the people, has an enormous responsibility towards millions of people who are no more nor less than his fellow creatures. Too often, even those who have been elected to their positions by the people forget the obligations they have in this regard until, that is, a few months prior to a new election, when it occurs to them that the people are dissatisfied and might vote them out. This is not the case with journalists though, as they have not needed to inspire confidence in the people in order to attain their positions, and yet they have a similar power to influence in ways which are good or bad.